Cash versus Happy. It is Undead Orc. After seeing a lot of Human and Night Elves here today, it is time for the third MTW player to join the lower bracket, question mark. Ente was there, eliminated. Hawk was there, eliminated. Cash so far flawless, making his way through this very bracket. Defeating his teammate Ente 2-0, defeating Johnny Cash 2-0. To be honest, his bracket was easier than the one of the European Dominator. Happy is back from StarCraft. Happy is back in competitive Warcraft. If he wins the next series, then he goes to Shanghai for the Warcraft Gold League, the World Championships, for $60,000. He defeated Thorzane 2-0 and Hawk 2-0. The first matchup that is not Undead versus Human. We have the map selection here. Is the best of 5, so only one veto remaining. Happy gets rid of Twisted. Cash gets rid of Concealed Hills. And the Happy pick goes to Northern Isles.
Thinking back to the Legendary Cup, that is where Cash was the player bringing Happy the closest to the edge. It was a 2-3 there from Cash's perspective, so it was a Happy win in the end, but it was very close indeed. I looked up the stats between the two players though, and boy oh boy, is that not too promising for Cash. They have met 10 times throughout their careers. Cash won a single time, once. And you know when that was? When they played random.
A random cup?
Random versus random.
Okay. Yeah, I looked it up as well on Wikipedia, and there it's 10-0, I think not counting the random tournaments here. 20-4 in maps. Northern Isles, they met each other once there. That was, of course, a win for Happy. But the results are getting closer. In the Jera Cup times, Cash wasn't even able to get a win. That was until the show match of Happy versus Cash earlier this year. It was a 3-1 for Happy in the Legendary Cup. You mentioned it, a 3-2 only. So we're getting closer. Cash is getting closer. Can he make Happy at least, yeah, can he make him struggle? We see a Farseer once again, and it's becoming meta in this matchup with a dual Burrow and Grunt Tech. This is what we've seen from Lin against 1-2-0. This is what we've seen from Cash against Ente, and it looked hella strong. Will Cash go to Shanghai again, or is it Happy's first time at the highest prestige Warcraft tournament we have?
Alright boys, I'm really excited for this best of 5. Always been a matchup that I was really fond of. Normally the beginning stages are rather slow, you know, pick up your experience, get up your items and stuff, and then on tier 3, fireworks start coming. But that's normally, you know, the Blade Master, Shadowhunter kind of gameplay. This is a Farseer first. It is becoming more meta. Not sure that it's the standard nowadays, but players are starting to play it more and more. This will most likely be tier 2 only for Cash, which means unless Cash gets an expansion up, in the super late game, the Undead with tier 3 will probably be favored, but that is looking far ahead into the future. Let's focus on what's going on right here at the moment. Cash here is teching with...
Okay. Trying to get this Acolyte, doesn't really work. And now trying to claim the level 2 for the Chain Lightning that killed so many of Ente's Fiends. And 1-2-0's Fiends, actually. Oh, the Sand Snare secures him the kill. And with that, level 2. Happy creeping up as well. Slow-paced early game between the two. As it was to be expected, Cash gets the shop as well, finding the Wand of Illusion. Scouting, where is Happy? Okay, that Murloc camp is empty. He must be there. And actually, he's across the map already.
Oh my god, that was so close. The Farseer is intentionally taking a really weird route towards the Undead main, and Happy almost saw him. Because it was nighttime, the line of sight wasn't quite there, so this is gonna come as quite the surprise here, as the Farseer with the Wolves is gonna go for an Acolyte hunt. But there is no scroll of speed here, makes it not that easy to find these kills. Is Happy gonna TP home to make sure he doesn't suffer damage? Or is he gonna try to defend this without his DK?
Seems like he has faith in his Ghouls and Fiend and the Nerubian Tower. Is it a surround already? No. Slips through and the DK is coming from the upper left. Wolves doing damage? Okay, not get a career. This is what made him the strongest. And that Acolyte is safe. We have a cheer coming in by Jon Snow. 100 bits. Go Happy. He says, okay, wants to see the Russian god in Shanghai.
Yeah, that's the big storyline here, of course. Happy, the Russian emperor. Always been such a scary player in Europe, but never really played seriously in these qualifiers. He played once, he qualified once, but then actually didn't go, insisting that he had no obligations to actually go after qualifying. But now, seems like his opinion has changed. He has confirmed to the admins, as far as I know, that once he qualifies, he will be going, he will be competing for WGL, for a World Championship.
There's also, of course, no prize money handed out if you don't go. And in this qualifier, there is actually no prize money, just the tickets and hotel for WGL this time. Happy is coming in for the creep jack. Rock Golem, of course, can't be coiled, but Cash has to abandon this.
Skeleton trying to block in front, and there's no scroll of speed here. Not so easy to save these grunts, and this skeleton block is still sticking. Oh my god. It's definitely that grunt with the call coming in to finish it off. Does he get a second one as well? Are you serious? Skeleton in front for the block again, but Happy will give up on the second grunt at least, but that's not supposed to happen. It's only 2 fiends.
That's an exclamation mark immediately. Like, how much are we? 5 minutes 30 in. Pulling out a block like this. This is exactly what makes Happy so strong. And
here comes the TC now, though,
second,
with
yes.
Scroll of Speed and Stomp. He should be able to shoo away these fiends. Pretty greedy tech. 2 fiend tech, but that is the norm nowadays. This matchup has been getting greedier and greedier over time. It is Cash who is not going for the greedy build here. He's staying tier 2, but then again he wants to expand. I guess that can be considered greedy as well, as a peon might be moving over, but not just yet. Looks like Happy's definitely expecting the expansion over here as well.
The good thing is, you keep the DK so busy that he can't creep. Level 2, that's it. No high level coil. Not able to nuke the Farseer with that. Not able to heal the fiends too high again. And with these range attacks, he forces him back, gets the kill. Talisman, parry up, sorry, is a nice thing to have on an early level TC. Radar coming, no walker, of course, it's only mystery, and the peon is moving over.
Snare that can result in a fiend kill, followed up by a stomp plus speed scroll. That can be the next fiend kill, and losing 2 fiends in the early is a big blow to any undead army. Cash was almost in range there for the creep jack, but stops at the laboratory as Happy is taking the Tuskar camp, finding the greater mana, the best thing he could have hoped for.
Absolutely, and he can jack with this. Lich is out as well, going for Frost Armor first against this heavy melee army of Cash to slow things down. Around here, desperately trying to get this experience, but he can't. Too many skeletons, he can't take that fight. Cash is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, so many skeletons. Good job there by Hap. Can't heal up the raiders. Perhaps Cash bringing not enough heal cells from the main there. The TC could have brought more, but didn't. Bringing from the main now, the DK is the Orb of Corruption. With that, the damage intensifies significantly. We have 2 statues out already. Destroyer form upgrade coming in. And Happy bringing 4 ghouls from the main, with Frenzy just finishing.
Okay, this could be a bad backstab. Sees it coming now. Mud Golem down, TC level 2, that's about it. Illusion is still tanking some damage. Ooh, surround on the DK, maybe trying to fight out with coil. Stun on this DK. Can prevent the TP. But the TP is gone. Traded it for a grunt. And the camp goes to Cash as well.
And that TP is probably going to be gone forever. It's going to be a headache now for Happy to deal with, especially with the DK still being low HP. Goes for a healing potion though, just to be safe. Claws plus 9. Okay. These 2 Orc heroes don't really benefit from those too well.
Those.
I wasn't sure about them or those. And now the orb on the Lich. Still no level 2 for the second hero here for Happy. That's a big problem. No Nova at the moment. No third hero yet either. This could be a good fight to take for Cash.
First Destroyer is out, but also 2 Headhunters not in the big form with mass HP, but the normal ones. Zoning nicely with this End Snare, constantly slowing Happy down. And he's taking the fight now.
End Snare, this Destroyer in trouble, gets the first call. That there's plenty more knowledge damage, or piercing damage I should rather say, against it. Kodo Beast moving forward, trying to get the Devourer off. Doesn't quite get it yet. Both players having to micro hard. DK dropping lower after the stomp. Has to go for the healing part, but he's still surrounded. He's getting surrounded right there. Or anti-block, anti-block. He gets away. The Ghoul's there saving his life.
And the Destroyer is still not down. More coils to be used thanks to the big mana potion. Cash all of a sudden is struggling. Damage intensified from that coil. Chain Lightning is rocking against these ghouls, but they're still alive. Kodo safe to the back, out of coil range for now. The Destroyer is still up.
Coil coming in. There's now a level 2 coil healing much more, and Cash has to TP out of this, trying to minimize the losses. One more grunt will be falling, but I guess he saved a lot of his stuff, especially the Kodo Beast being saved here. This is very important, but Cash suddenly finds himself at a 10 supply deficit. The expansion might be up, but has barely been mining. And with the ghouls here coming in with this normal damage, it may just be getting raised right now.
He did not send in more peons. This expansion did not pay off one bit. And happy with still Frenzy Ghouls. How are there still Frenzy Ghouls against Stomp and Chain Lightning? He was focusing on the wrong targets.
Happy not going into Fiends at all. It is Frenzy Ghouls from him. And now the silence on the TC. Is it time now to focus the hero? It certainly is. Coil, no Nova, but still enough to find the kill. No Stomp here to slow things down. The timing for the silence was perfect. GG from Cash. And the 1-0 for Happy.
Damn, looked kind of promising for a while for Cash. The early fights there, forcing the town portal early. That was okay, I think. But apart from that, the fights.
The Frenzy Ghouls looking really good. This is not meta at all. Happy was doing this already quite a while ago against the tier 3 orc stuff even sometimes. And here, against the Headhunters, man, once they stand still, those Headhunters, and the Ghouls find them, they just melt like crazy.
I don't know if, like, you can get rid of them a lot easier, right? Like, you have double AoE, you have grunts.
Yeah, perhaps he overextended on that Destroyer. He put so much damage onto him. But it looked like the right play. The Ensnare was in a good position. He was kind of stranded a little bit away from the undead army. All the piercing damage was focusing on him. But he didn't get the kill. Just barely didn't get the kill.
Happy 2 maps away from Shanghai. Would be the first qualified undead, right? 1-0. Not 100% qualified yet. We expect him to be there, though, of course, for Team Newbie. And now we go into map number 2. The map selection for Cash was Last Refuge. The first lost map. The clean sheet is gone for the MTW player. He decides to go for Last Refuge.
Vetoed from the undead side is Twisted Meadows. Very understandable. Cash got rid of Concealed earlier, leaving us with the other 5 maps. Endraum, thank you very much for the sub and welcome. Happy once again going for the fast hero late fiend build. Happy was pretty slow to adapt to this more modern opening in this matchup, but seems like nowadays is almost exclusively playing it. Has the major benefit of getting the hero out early, getting level 2 really quickly, but can have issues finding level 3. However, perhaps the more important thing even than the level 2 is the fast tech. This build is much faster towards tier 2 and tier 3, and of course in the late game, Undead is absolutely reliant on tier 3. Orc, not necessarily, as we saw in the last game. Cash there trying for the Farseer play with the expansion, but that won't be tried here again. It's going to be Blade Master now. I think this is going to be more of the slightly older approach of tier 3, 1 base, triple hero, and gear up those heroes as much as you can.
Yeah, especially on Last Refuge. You can find a bunch of claws, you can find good items at 2 red spots, plus the mercenary camps, and you can keep your hero pretty safe with these consumables. Happy on the other side? DK, Ted Fiends, normal stuff so far. Will he go for these ghouls again? Cash will play this a lot more passive, I think. Until the tier 3, until the big upgrades, and then explode into lots of damage.
How he was so successful at Legendary Cup, though, was his unusual tier 2 aggression. This is how orcs used to play back in 2009 and previous, when the matchup seemed to be completely imbalanced in the orcs' favor. With the Shadowhunter coming out, level 3 Blade Master, boots of speed, double scroll of speed, and just find all the kills onto the undead targets. Nowadays, it's not the case. Normally anymore. Normally, it's not more passive. Normally, it's not more creeping for the Shadowhunter right away. And with that more aggressive stance at the Legendary Cup in Berlin, Happy was caught off guard oftentimes. And that is what gave Cash those 2 map wins. Maybe that's something he's going to be thinking about here once again. Nice Acolyte positioning. Sees the Blade Master. The Blade Master here himself with a good start. Claws of attack for him. And now he's going to grab up
with good starting items as well. Replenishment potion leaves the little green spot next to his base to his Lich. Wow. He knew that the Blade Master was coming, investing the coil there to speed things up and not give Cash the chance to steal some experience here.
And the replenishment really nice right now. Surprised he's not popping it right away. Maybe he wants to go for the next Ogre Warrior before. As the first Fiend is coming. We have the first Grunt out already. A second Grunt will be a little delayed. As it's a 1 borrow tech here. Everything. Both players making sure they're getting everything in place for the late game.
Thank you guys. PX Zap for the 6-month resub. Sir Kamru for the 7-month. Sad that Ante didn't make it. Good luck with the stream. Thank you. Think the stream is looking quite fine with 3,100 people.
Blade Master now loves to trade as the DK is not level 2 yet. The advantage definitely with him, especially with his inventory. When we go towards the later stages here in the early game and boots become available, that's worth a consideration. When the DK is stuck on level 1, boots can actually be really good. But if you don't get mileage out of them, they turn out to be a very costly investment. But Cash is playing this definitely well so far. And now the replenishment.
Yeah, I love how Happy was running circles around this Blade Master, keeping the DK away. He wanted that 1-to-1 trade with the Blade to keep the DK low, but Happy said, you can't reach me. Deal with my skeletons, deal with my fiends. That's all cool. I can coil that, but you will not touch my DK, and that did not happen. Now back to full HP and almost full mana thanks to that replenishment. He can cancel it now, okay, but it was running for such a long time that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, the Blade basically out of mana here. His creep stealing potential is going to be very limited now, as he's at only 70, only going to have 1 more Windwalk for very some more creeps under his belt.
Level 2, Unholy Aura. Can he snipe stuff now? With that Grunt, certainly. Shadowhunter in production. Acolyte,
okay. Happy coming in for the snipe. This would be massive. Cannot be allowed, and Cash claims it.
That was a blink of an eye, though.
Yeah, and that was so important. Such a big deal.
Yeah. Ring for him only, but the experience is what counts. Gets him closer to the critical strike. Happy continues to creep now to the Poison Murlocs, Slaughterhouse, Halt of the Dead, and delayed Lich with this. As he kind of knows that the Blade Master is not that much of a threat, he can skip a little on Frost Armor.
I'm surprised though he's doing this with Legendary Cup. Oh! Who got it? I think the Blade got it. Yeah, Blade got it. But again, split second, dude. Twice
experience? Now. I'm not too sure, man. Happy is close to 3 now. This, I'm pretty sure it was the DK's coil.
Okay, you might be right. May have been the DK, yeah. But back to the Lich. I'm surprised he's delaying him here. Again, because of the Legendary Cup, where this Shadowhunter's second found so many kills against Happy. But alright. The tech was preferred in tier 3 now, actually, is pretty close. Happy forgot about the Ziggurat, so can't go for a statue just yet. But it's okay, the 3 Fiends are all that he needs so far, it seems. Just still not getting pressured. Instead, it's Cash getting the Merchant. That's also very nice, if both of these consumables should go to the Orc.
Big invul, that's a good one. At the moment, Cash can't do too much. Without ensnares, without the raiders, without tier 3 upgrades and orb and stuff. So this gives Happy some time to continue creeping, but this experience distribution is not perfect. Lich, oh, actually Lich comes in at the perfect time. I take that back.
Finding the Boots of Quel'Thalas. Might be inspiring him to go Dark Ranger once again, as he did in the first game. Certainly nice to grab up on her. Taking forever to creep this camp. Inner Fire makes it difficult, plus the healing, to finish that. But in the end, Happy will claim it. Lich, not yet level 2. Shadowhunter, I think, is level 2 already. Yep, he is. Needs to be level 3 as quickly as possible. Once you go up against tier 3 undead, level 2 SH is not good enough anymore.
Blade Master level 3 with a trifecta now. And stealing this mate, that's not possible, is it?
Ambitious attempt.
Happy knows that he's here.
There's a dust on Happy's side.
Only a coil, no Nova.
So many skeletons again. Pretty easy to creep the medium armor creeps with that. And now there's level 2. Now there is Nova. There should be a dust coming in. Did it clip the blade? Yes, it did. And Blade
Seriously,
has to back it up.
How many rods of necromancy is Happy using in a match? It's the fourth time that I'm seeing 6 skeletons plus.
Yep. Passing them over between the heroes. Getting those skeletons as quickly as possible. Selling the Ankh, getting the Orb of Corruption. And a 6th Acolyte. Is he thinking about expanding? Oh, but the Blade Master, oh man, perfect movement.
Yeah, he saw it. It just turned daytime. That was good. Happy goes for the red spot instead. Now Shadowhunter still gearing up. This one is Deadsies. Hero for Happy is the Pit Lord.
Pit Lord.
I expected a Dark Ranger so much I would have bet my left arm on it. Oh, the Cutgas pipe.
Whew. That's the dream. That is absolutely the dream. Now we see quite a bit of resurgence of the Pit Lord lately. Used to be all the rage back in 2017, then was almost entirely replaced by the Dark Ranger. We saw the Dreadlord coming into play after that, but now it's again time for the Pit Lord, it seems. Not just in China, but here as well from Happy. And going for the Temple of the Damned now, around 45 supply. Destroyer upgrade is already finished for Happy, and he's continuing to creep. Really slow game here between the two so far. Not a single real battle just yet.
Yeah. Just little skirmishes. Shadowhunter out of XP range to give that level 2 to the TC against the Mana Stone.
Level 4 Death Knight. Is he going Death Pact? That would be the normal choice against Orc. Yeah, wants to make sure he can save his DK if he is getting focused.
Not too much remaining on the map actually. 2 invul potions on Cash's side. Berserker upgrade coming for more HP. Happy getting the Golem though. Well, not the biggest reward, but he takes the Vamp Aura away from Cash. How big is that?
Coin over on the Raider right away. The heal wave will not be good enough. Raider will be lost, traded for a statue. So, pretty good for Cash. Getting a 1-for-1 trade plus the TP here. Happy wasn't ready to fight yet. Doesn't have the Banshees yet. He's gonna have Banshees plus Pit Lord, double damage mitigation soon. Cash needs walkers.
He needs to see that the Banshees are coming first. Reinforced defenses is ready, so the burrows are fortified. But the hero levels
left up here for scouting. Was that intentional?
Don't think so. We do have Cleave now as well. No TP, by the way. No invuls. Happy is playing a risky game.
The Lich is definitely looking like a weak point here, and the Blade Master must have seen it by now. This could be an opportunity for a hero kill. If Happy goes to the high ground, this is basically begging for a creepjack. Is he really doing it? Ah, he sees the Orc Force though. Getting the Banshee before the curses would be perfect, but the coil comes in time, but the Stomp! Oh my god, onto everything. And that's what happens when you don't have silence to work against the TC. Going for the Kodo Beast now next, but that one is being microed to the side. First statue already taken out by Cash, chasing after. He looks so fast even without a slow speed, making use of the aura here, of course. But this fight is all over the place. The Headhunters are actually pretty exposed, getting focused out now next. Cash going hard for those statues, and he's gonna get the second one, but it came at a price. Left with only 44 supply now. Happy still at 54, having much more supply than the opponent. Lich out of mana. The Boros coming in before the stomps, and Cash forgot about the detection. Uh-oh. That's a mistake that usually isn't supposed to happen at that level. And Boro all over the place. It's a game of whack-a-mole over here on Last Refuge. But the Blade Master starting to find some kills. He's cursed up, but seems like the damage is still enough. Dude, this Boro abuse is insane. Where is the dust?
Happy blows my mind with this micro. This was so sick. How he realized that there's no dust and nothing at the laboratory. And then these burrows. That is art.
That first TC stomp was amazing, but then, yeah. Happy playing around it so well. Ogre Lord still up for grabs. Shadowhunter has no mana. Cash, I don't think you can stay in here, my friend.
Neither. And this position for the Overlord is so good for Happy now.
Oh.
Mr. Item.
Medallion of Courage picked up by the DK. One
Blade,
more Banshee
though.
taken out.
Invo potion for him. No attempt of a hero focus at all. Blade Master's running around like a hatless chicken, not pulling in the damage anymore. Cash trying his very, very best to do something here, but it's just not working. Happy defends every idea that Cash has.
But the Mana Stone was used on the Shadowhunter. Now he has plenty more heat waves to use. Actually, can he perhaps fight his way back? But he's not killing any fiends. Not a single one man. Always getting burrowed, saving over and over and over. There's a Walker now providing Spirit Link, making things more tanky. Is the Blade Master tanky enough? He's still a little bit hurt here. Has to be careful. But there's no Destroyers against the Spirit Link now.
Alright, but also no Dispel, so the curse was still sick. Did you see like the 6 curses in a row? That was unbelievable. Or misses here. Again, the Blade in trouble. Another heal wave, but that was the last one. He's going for that Pit Lord, but it's not working against the Coil. Blade Master about to die. Also no mana anymore. Invo potion swap. Going hard for some... must go for a kill or something now. Or just running away. That Stomp was sweet. Only the Pit Lord is able to move, and Cash can't engage. At the end, supply-wise, it's looking okay for Cash.
Yeah, that was scary there towards the end. Both players running out of mana for the healing. But Cash has to back it up. And guess what? I didn't even see this, and I have perfect vision. There's an expansion ready now for Happy.
Yeah, I was busy with the fight as well, but Happy on the back of all these burrows. Still expanding. And Cash has to lick his wounds. Next fight, though, he's gonna have the spell. Against
Level
this...
3 Pit Lord, though. Lich about to hit level 4 for the +4 intelligence, boys. You know it. Banshees have actually all been killed. There's no curse anymore. This could be one of the best times for Cash to fight.
In general, I like the focus fire of Cash a lot. First statues, then Banshees. Ooh, needs to heal the Shadowhunter immediately. Not in the back or anything. Also no Spirit Link here. Radar falls immediately. Blade Master has to carry again. The burrows coming in. Lich level 4.
And the Shadowhunter died. He didn't have an invul or anything. Shadowhunter taken out, and without the healer, you can't fight anymore. GG. Cash there with a good showing for large parts, but once again, Happy will not be stopped. 2-0 match points now for him.
Happy is 6-0. Happy did not lose a single map in this entire qualifier. And he was up against Thorzane, Hawk, and now Cash. This is unbelievable. This is just unbelievable.
Those burrows, dude. Holy shit, those burrows.
I wasn't too impressed with the game on Northern Isles. That was like, okay, this is what I expected. But this game on Last Refuge...
Yeah.
That's sick, man. That is just sick.
Is he really gonna make it to China without dropping a map? Is that what's happening here?
Looks like it, man. Winning 3 maps in a row against Happy. I have not the slightest idea if that ever happened. Well, Lolite, I guess.
Exactly. Lawlight did it once, but that's a very different matchup, where it's a lot more down to having the perfect builds. Here, it's all about micro. It always has been. All about micro. And Happy, he's showing up in shape today. Absolutely. And it's not like Cash is playing badly. Not at all. Like, he's playing well here as well, but it's Happy.
I like what Cash is doing. He has good ideas. Switching up the builds, trying different stuff, being aggressive early tier 2, sniping statues early, sniping banshees early. He's basically doing all the right stuff, but it's just not working.
Yeah. And one little mistake, forgetting about the dust, and how he gets punished.
Yeah.
Brutal. Brutal.
That's a tiny little item that is missing. And that can decide games.
So, map number 3. It's not over yet, boys. Cash still here with the chance, but in a difficult position now. His next map choice, Amazonia. I've seen plenty of Farseer games here from him in the past. When he played against Ente yesterday, it was a Farseer here as well. Is he gonna try that one more time?
I think so. I think he has to. The map is not too good for a Blade Master.
Yeah, also for Triple Hero, finding your TC experience here would be really, really difficult.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of an issue. TC was stuck on level 1 for a long time there. Level 1 Pit Lord is totally fine. Level 1 TC is really not that great. Let's see what these two players show us now.
Yeah, what were the options? Like Echo Isles? Terraner Stand? This is the map choice. Here. For the second time in a row, it's Cash's choice. And yeah, as I said, Amazonia. Match points for Happy. 3 in a row. The little micro monster is one step away from the plane to the biggest Warcraft tournament, most likely of the year. Certainly for this year so far. Bigger than WCG, bigger than H&W Masters. More prestige since it's running since 2015.
Yeah.
Stepped up production for Warcraft 3 so much. Sponsored by NetEase. The biggest Warcraft server in the world. This is where the
There's
big
no
boys
shortage of world-class tournaments nowadays, but WGL is the World Championship. That is the premium tournament. This is the one for all the marbles. And Happy seems to be halfway there already in Shanghai, where of course he would have to prove himself against the world elite then, which that has never been seen before. That would be really, really hype indeed. But let's see what's happening here in this game. We have a Farseer again. We were kind of expecting this. This is the more preferred strategy for Cash nowadays. Probably with an expansion here again as well. Expansion creep here though, not too easy and also really close to the opponent. So might be harder to make work than on Northern Isles earlier.
Yeah, he kind of needs more time for that spot. But level 2 should be guaranteed with Lightning Shield on basically both sides, right? Don't know if Happy is doing that, but I guess should. Depends on if he wants to use a coil or not. So, oh, Happy has an Acolyte here using the Purge against that. Already disrupting the positioning and waking up the other creeps as well. Tiny little move, but the win of the very, very early game of the first move goes to Happy again.
Alright, so it's gonna be level 1 poking here. Both players will not be allowed to creep. Just gonna keep tabs on each other and teching up behind it. Cash starting his tech here on 2 burrows without a shop. Happy a little bit behind, but not by too much at all. Going for the narrow tower before the tech, just to be safe. And there now comes the Halls of the Dead. Trying to go for the Berserker here with only the Grunt and the Wolves, but the damage isn't really enough.
20 experience. That was the first one for the DK. Farseer with 25. That's about it. That was the Acolyte. Shop is coming now. Grunts are coming now. Quite a tame early game. Just reaching out to each other. Smelling each other a little.
Yeah, I guess it's in Happy's best interest here to slow down the creeping for both, because Happy really doesn't have any creeping army. He's got no single fiend yet to start creeping. Yes, he could use skeletons, but that's certainly not as fast as 2 wolves, 2 grunts, and a Farseer. And Cash is trying to evade the DK now, just get some experience under his belt. Might be creeping 2 camps here at the same time in a moment. But with the wolves and the grunts over the trolls once again, it's going to be the first medium camp to be taken by the Farseer. Oh.
I think I disconnected, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Can you stream via Discord?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Little internet hiccup and GG. Connection is stable again for me.
Do you see it?
Yep, it's coming. Takes a little time to apply it here.
We haven't missed anything just yet. Sorry about that, guys. That is a little unfortunate, but sometimes the way it is, that's the way it is with internet. Can't really control that. But we're gonna have the action here for you in just a second. I guess I can do a... What?
The overlay isn't working, of course, but...
Okay, so just to make sure that we're in sync, the grunt's creeping right now.
Yep.
The rogue is gonna die. Wait a second. Right now.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, good. So, tier 3 once again being rushed before the Lich. All surround on the Farseer here almost with only the Fiends. Not supposed to happen, and he will wiggle his way out of there. Farseer is now level 2. Grunts creeping across the map by themselves. That does work, but they're going to be super hurt. It's going to be really tough to heal him up again. This build, I was already thinking about it earlier, doesn't seem to be mapped out too well by Happy. He goes Tech, into Slaughterhouse, into Lich, and then he needs another Ziggurat now. So this Slaughterhouse basically is going to be supply blocked for a long time. But wasn't punished earlier. Probably won't be punished now. DK here still far away from level 3. We have the TC second again. The Farseer, oh nice inventory. Double Mantle and the Claws. But yeah, the Grunts all still super hurt. Not really in the best condition at the moment.
Okay. As we expected, a tame early game. Cash cannot play the Farseer's strength to the fullest, I got the feeling. Like, there's no big pressure.
Yeah. It's not trying to abuse, like, the speed scroll Acolyte Hunt at all, either. Something we see a bit from other players. He brought a speed scroll here with a TC now, but that's just for safety purposes or for a fight later on, I think. Oh, Skeleton Last Hit won't be allowed. Secures it with the Chain Lightning here. Alright. And then speed scroll to back it up. But now the Farseer is basically level 3. And the level 2 Wolves at this stage of the game are pretty good.
Alright. Lich only level 1, but he's out now. Fiends are kind of hurt. DK as well. It's not the time to fight for Happy, that's for sure. And again, he stays on tier 2. Going for Ensnare now. But Happy just wants to buy time. Wants to delay experience and expansions and like mass orc. And then punch super heavy.
So the expo is coming. Might be cancelled. Might be not cancelled. We'll see. But even if it's not cancelled, this is already really late, isn't it? Let's take a look at the tech here. It's already done. Huh. That's of course the thing about AZ, I guess. You can't just creep this camp with...
as well, so he won't complain.
Yeah, levels for Happy here still an issue, though. No level 3 DK, no level 2 Lich, but he's almost got it, I suppose. Whereas TC, getting closer to his level 3. If he solo creeps the Merchant, that should be good enough, I believe. Leaving his expansion completely open, right? This could easily be getting cancelled right now. And I'm surprised that Happy isn't scouting for it yet. He didn't get a new Rite of Necromancy, so he's unable to send any kind of skeletons out. And did you see that what just happened there? The only player in the world to ever sell sentry wards.
He doesn't need it. It's like, I have skeletons. Yeah. I know
what
what to
doesn't
do
help
anyway.
me with micro. What does that do for me?
But yeah, seriously, no one else does that.
Double greater healing. Really nice for Cash. He doesn't have a healer in his army, so survivability items always going to be premium. But as I said earlier, the expansion completely left undefended. It's going to be an easy cancel. Orc expansions, of course, take forever. Cash was trying to go for the base attack to distract from his expo attempt, but it was just a little bit too late. As we saw there a second ago, the Pit Lord once again the choice, despite knowing that the TC is already high level. Confident in his Burrow again, perhaps. We'll see.
You should do the fight, man.
Howl of Terror coming in. The TC finds the perfect stomp. Oh my god. Everything hit aside from the DK. And that's exactly the danger of this hero. Don't tell me you forgot about the dust again. He forgot about the dust again. Are you serious? Dude. You can't be serious. So far, no fiends have died. Some could have died, but guess what? There was no dust. Going for the Destroyer now next, but the coil last second finds the save. Oh my god, and he flies it away. The Howl of Terror makes it so the damage isn't high enough, and the whack-a-mole game of Burrow once again is coming in. Cash, twice in a row, forgetting about the Dust of Appearance. I don't think Happy lost a unit here.
It's absolutely not allowed against Happy. That doesn't work against Happy. You can do that against a couple of other guys or use the laboratory in the south, but nope, so many corpses. Holy cow.
Yeah, the corpse counter is Raider, Headhunter, Grunt, and one Fiend did die. Okay, one died, but that's it. And the TP forced as well on Cash. He's still not getting a dust. He's still not getting a dust, dude. Are you serious? Lich, though, is super low mana. There's going to be very few Novas only, if that. Happy does have a TP to get out if he wants to. Oh, I'm sorry about that. And the Destroyer taken out. This might be a good fight here for Cash, actually. With the statues once again having to be morphed. One more Destroyer is ready. Howl of Terror trying to delay things here as much as possible. And Happy is taking the fight in the end. Level 3 now for the Lich. Level 2 Nova available. But good Stomp and Snare into Devour. And Cash is taking a pretty decent fight now. 45 supply for him. 47 for Happy. Pitlord, the tank that he is doing a pretty good job here holding on, but now almost surrounded. TP may have to be transferring something else. It is the Invul, and that, I think that was a miscoil, right? Using it on the Lich, that may have been a misclick for once from Happy. Very unusual to see. Kodo Beast, that would be a big save. There's a Fiend in the stomach, but the Kodo will get taken out. In the north, the Burrow once again saving the Fiend.
DK about to be surrounded, just getting out of there. Statue is coming in. No end snare for Cash to chase anymore. And he has to abandon this fight. Happy, though, basically down to only his heroes. There's an expansion for both of them. Does Cash know this? He must know. Oh, okay. I didn't see the Fiends. Of course they were burrowed.
Oh, the DK doesn't have the TP anymore. It was given over earlier. This could be the hero kill now. TP transferred, TP used. And DK gets away to safety. But that, of course, will mean the cancel on the expansion. The Chain Lightning.
Damn.
Last second. He didn't see it. Nighttime.
Oh,
he didn't see it.
Oh
my goodness.
What a disaster.
Oh no. Oh no. Should this be Cash's game? Perhaps?
And he throws it away because of night.
The expansion.
Boy.
Alright, game's far from over. Orc expansion, basically done. Undead expansion wasn't scouted for. He forgot about the dust, and he didn't scout. These are the two glaring errors so far in Cash's play. TC almost level 4. Farseer getting closer to 4 as well.
So
3-3-2 on Happy's side.
Basically,
Solo
no
creeping
items.
the Pit Lord.
No items for Happy as well, right? So if Cash wins this fight, he establishes the Expo and then he can mass.
Looks like Cash is aiming hard for this DK. Mass and Snare going for the Stomp. He wants to get this hero kill badly. The DK, there's no invul for him. If he gets a few more kills, maybe he can go for the Death back, but he doesn't get it! And the Death Knight dies! The TC finds the kill, and now an undead army without a DK usually doesn't have much chance left. But we'll see. Still a lot of Fiends here on the ground. We have no Destroyers anymore, as this one is being taken out. Level 4 now for the Farseer. Has a level 2 Chain Lightning now available. This Burrow is still working. How is this possible? Are you serious? Burrow after Burrow coming in. Lich no more mana. All the heroes here super low on mana, actually. TC's gonna have one more Stomp in a second. Kodo gets off a Devour. That was another nice move there for Cash. And he actually has the movement speed advantage for once, because the DK was dead. But the TK is back from the tavern. Expensive revive, but with that, once again, all three heroes here for Happy. Now, aiming towards the peons. And this expansion in the back is actually up.
Seriously unbelievable how this expansion comes through. And how so many Fiends are still alive. DK, of course, no mana, but the big level ups now.
Yeah, level 4 for DK and Lich. 4-4-3 undead heroes. This is the dream. This is exactly what you want. And how is the TC supposed to get in here? Well, I guess he just walks in, stomps it, and going for the Pit Lord hero kill. Now trying for that one. There's one coil, but it's kind of the only one. TC dropping low as well, but he's got nice inventory. Look at the next potions coming in, and the stomp! Perfect! Onto literally everything. DK can't go for the death pack because he doesn't have the mana. It costs 50. Going to the back, into the last little corner, trying to survive. The Farseer is chasing. He's diving for this kill. He still has the heal potion, and the DK is going to be dying again. Second hero kill on the first hero. This must be it. Cash, this must be your game now. The TC, though, what's he doing? What's he doing? What are you doing here? Has to run. Jesus Christ. On 35 HP. Are you serious? Everyone is losing everything. Aside from the burrows. The burrows still the saviors. What is going on here? Wolves being summoned as the Destroyer falls at the perfect time. Well done there by Cash.
It's still
but the
so
Headhunters
much,
are dying as well.
So much damage against the Headhunters. In the ground, there's still like 3 to 4 Fiends. Wolves don't do too much. DK is back, and he's still in this game. Happy is still in this game. How?
I don't know, dude. It's insane. Howl of Terror coming in once again. Nova. Raider is dead. No more Ensnare now, but the Lich still dropping low. Where's the TC? He was healing up in the main. New mana potion for him. Both Orc heroes getting close to 5. Dude, this battle, how long has it been raging on?
No idea. This is forever, but everything is low for Cash as well. Seems like there's no healing. Aims for the Kodo Beast again. That's a big drop in damage. Oh boy, gets it. And again, the burrow.
The burrow, dude.
Not scanning against it either. Chasing again, though, with one end snare. This time the DK should be safe, but maybe the Lich is the target.
Coil coming in. That's going to be the last coil for a little while. Stomp coming in, trying to find more kills. Can he get something now? Wolves being dispelled. Easily taken out. And GG! And it is the 3-0 for Happy. And he claims the first ticket with dropping a single map.
So sick, dude. So freaking sick how this worked out for him. How Cash had basically had so many good fights. Got so many kills. 2 DK kills. And still not able to do it.
But of course, it was about the dust and the expansion. If the expansion just get cancelled after the TP out, there's not enough resources for all those buybacks. But that was a cool game, man. That was really exciting fighting between the two. And there you could also see the limitations of tier 2 Orc. The damage really wasn't all that high. And yeah, sorry about that guy trolling us here. I didn't have D&D on. Apologies. But that's going to be rectified for the rest of the games, as we have one series left.
Happy is going to Shanghai amongst the best in the world and will finally compete for the World Championship and $60,000. Who will follow him? Foggy is in tremendous position, in a tremendous shape, wrecking through the lower bracket. Cash lost his first maps here in this qualifier, but seems to be in shape as well. It's just Happy is a little better, or maybe a decent bit better. It will be between these two. Will Foggy eliminate the third MTW player, or is Cash going to make it and Foggy has to win the Netties qualifier? That will be answered after a little break. Stay tuned.